Good evening, everyone. This is awesome. No one cares about the meeting, and that's okay. It's all right. Okay. Today is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. We're now going to go back to our regular scheduled meeting, and we're going to start with 3.01, the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, 3.02, approval of the agenda. I'd like to go ahead. Do I have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve tonight's agenda with the exception of pull 608, 609, and 610.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. 4.01, approval modification of minutes from the May 7th, 2025 Governing Board meeting. Do I have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the May 7th Governing Board meeting.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
5.01, special recognitions, Excellence Award. Excellence Awards. Dr. Marr. Woo!
Good evening. Thank you, President Ewers, members of the board, Dr. Driscoll, and the community. This is such a fun meeting, all this positive energy. My name is Dr. Gwyneth Marr, and I'm the Chief of Employee Experience. I'd like to welcome you all to the 2025 Tempe Elementary School District Excellence Awards Ceremony. It is an honor to share our awards ceremony and our award winners with each of you this evening. The Tempe Elementary Excellence Awards allow our district to honor employees who demonstrate excellence in their work. This year's award include one winner from each Tempe Elementary School and district office location. In total, we have 24 excellent award winners. These individuals were nominated by their colleagues for the Spotlight Awards that take place each month during the school year. All Spotlight Award winners were then eligible for the Excellence Awards and were chosen by a committee using a rigorous rubric and selection process. We will now call each winner up to receive their award. As they come up, I will read a statement from a colleague or a student that encompasses just a fraction of their nomination. I would like to invite the board president, Ms. Ewers, up to support us in handing out these awards. Yay. I would also like to invite our TIE Foundation president, Kathy Stevens, to join me as well. As Kathy joins us, I'd like to share a little bit about the TIE Foundation. The foundation consists of caring volunteers who collaborate with community groups to foster excellence in our district's students, families, and educators. They provide our children with free clothing, school supplies, shoes, hygiene items, and backpacks, as well as medical or dental services as needed. They also provide staff scholarships for continued education, and they support school fund requests for projects and programs that support our students and our staff. Here's the best part. We've kept a little secret from our award winners. I'm excited to share that Kathy is here on behalf of the TIE Foundation to give each Tempe Elementary Excellence Award winner a $100 gift card as a token of their appreciation. I like that. Woo! Thank you, Kathy, and the entire TIE board for your unwavering support. We will now begin presenting our awards. As I call your name, please accept your award and your gift card, and our photographer, Amy Garza, will help organize the group. All right, this is the fun part. So our first award winner is unable to be here due to a prior commitment, but it's very important for us to also recognize her out loud in front of the community. Araceli is a role model for inspiring excellence in every child every day. She inspires excellence by consistently meeting the social, emotional, and academic needs of all preschoolers. When students are struggling to write their names, I hear her encouraging students by saying, "You can do it," or describing how to make the letters. She encourages students to share and take turns and helps them solve social problems. Let's give her a round of applause. All right, our next award winner is Sloan Heckel. Sloan is always busy working with students to help them make progress towards their goals. She is using Blueprint to connect speech lessons to grade-level classroom content, helping students access grade-level standards. Additionally, her exemplary professionalism is evident in her interactions with parents. Every child on her caseload is prioritized to meet their unique needs. Every adult she interacts with has shared an anecdote about something new they have learned from her. Let's give her a round of applause. Tara Starasik. As the face of our school, Tara consistently goes above and beyond to ensure that both students and parents feel welcome and supported the moment they walk through our doors. She is not just an office manager, she is the heartbeat of our school, always working tirelessly to make sure everything runs smoothly. Congratulations, Tara. Bruno, come on up. Yes. Bruno is always a joy to be around. He is kind and patient. Bruno works hard every day to ensure that our campus is prepared for students to learn. Bruno always has a positive attitude, which radiates from his smile. He is meticulous in his work and is always willing to go above and beyond in helping his department and others. I'd also like to note that Bruno started a very special program in several of our schools, and he is teaching all about beekeeping. Let's give him a round of applause. Caitlin Wirtz. Caitlin has taught me how to multiply. I am better at math because of her. She is cool with a nice, soft voice. She has a great personality, and I love her, from one of her students. I told my husband I wasn't gonna cry, and he said, yeah, right. All right, the next award winner is Kelsey Garner. Ms. Garner allows us to put our best foot forward. Her teaching methods are fun and engaging. She is patient and works really hard. She has a lot of education. She breaks down nonfiction texts, which help us write. She taught me to understand the prompt by tapping. I'm gonna have to ask you about that later. Let's give her a round of applause. Our next award winner is Jennifer Martinez. Miss Martinez takes care of everybody. She is kind, caring, and fun. If we do well on an assessment, she throws us a party. Miss Martinez helps us with our mistakes and cares for us. Lauren Barrett. Lauren is a great teacher that is good at what she does. She does things that no other teacher has ever done for me. She explains concepts better and helps us through things. She is a good, kind person with good energy. Martha Jacobo Smith. Martha's leadership style is rooting in building trust and empowering others. She consistently, goes above and beyond to bring out the best in her team and those she works with, encouraging growth, creativity, and a shared sense of purpose. Congratulations, Martha. This next award winner is also not able to be with us, but I'd like to celebrate her. Lisa is an important member of the Fuller family, always demonstrating love, respect, and genuine care for all students. Her dedication to student success is obvious in her growth and enthusiasm. Her dedication to student success is obvious in the growth and enthusiasm my students show when participating in her intervention group. Congratulations, Lisa. All right, Miss Christina from Getz, come on up. Christina co-teaches and provides strategies for our teachers to support with different intervention strategies. Christina makes a personal effort to get to know each child and works alongside our teachers to ensure that their IEP goals and social emotional needs are getting met. She is always on call to do whatever it takes for our children, families, and teachers. Congratulations, Christina. Our next award winner is Desiree Ellis. Miss Ellis helps all students when having a hard time. She is really kind and smart. She gives us more energy, which is powerful for kids. Her attitude makes her the best teacher ever. Congratulations, Desiree. I will tell you that our team couldn't run without this next person as we take over her entire campus for new staff orientation. Come on up, Nicole Boyd. Nicole provides exceptional customer service, treating every interaction with thoughtfulness and care. Her gracious nature and first-class service contribute significantly to a positive and collaborative environment, reinforcing this sense of community and excellence within the school. Congratulations, Nicole. Up next, we have Margaret Mullen. Maggie is deeply invested in the success of each of her students. She has an innate ability to meet them exactly where they are each day, fostering an environment where they feel supported, valued, and motivated to push their limits. Maggie's approach goes beyond traditional teaching. She strives to unlock each child's potential by tailoring her instruction to meet their individual needs. Congratulations, Maggie. She's also at 2 campuses, so I know there's a whole team here yeah. Next up is Carrie Durazo. Come on up, Carrie. Miss Durazo is an excellent human being who is kind and nice to everyone she meets. She puts out resources for the students so they can actually learn. I have learned that everyone deserves to be treated with respect, no matter how much we do not like them. Might be my favorite quote in all of these. She always greets us with a smile on her face. Congratulations, Carrie. Dupree Ross. Mr. Ross is a lot of fun. He has helped me tell time, and he taught me how to multiply 3-digit numbers. Mr. Ross sometimes gets upset with us, but it is because he wants us to do well. Congratulations. I got to interview that kid. It was hilarious. We'll talk more later. Patricia, come on up. Let's celebrate Patricia. Each day, you can see her in the cafeteria connecting with students, cleaning up spills, and supporting the duty staff. The kids love to help out and look to Patricia for guidance and support. She goes above and beyond each day and takes pride in her work. Congratulations, Patricia. So this next person is so incredibly humble that they actually came to me genuinely. It wasn't a joke, and he's probably going to get mad at me for saying this, but he came to me and said, "My team is absolutely incredible. Can we please recognize them instead?" And so I think that speaks volumes. Join me in congratulating Darren Gonzalez. Darren inspires excellence every day. His behind-the-scenes and on-deck support makes a difference for children and adults each and every day. He works like magic to make things happen to benefit our students. Darren constantly works to remove barriers to assist our students to access their learning environment. Darren truly serves, follows up, meets the needs of our team, and makes a difference for all of us. We are all better because of him. Congratulations, Darren. Up next is Brian Bennett. Yes. Coach Bennett's commitment to our school and school community is the definition of inspiring excellence. He creates engaging lessons and games that build upon skills that are crucial in the development of healthy children. Coach understands the importance of sports on mental health and runs a highly effective program. Congratulations, Brian. Emily, come on up, Emily. Miss Waybrandt is so nice and loves to help people in need. She is kind, supportive, and fun. She supports us during tough times and helps me when I'm upset. Congratulations, Emily. Stacy Johnson, congratulations. Mrs. Johnson is loving, caring, funny, cool, and awesome. She inspires me to become a better person. She always has a smile on her face. She's always happy, and I want to be just like her. Melanie Navarro, come on and join us. Melanie is beyond amazing and a great teacher. She is always there for us. If we are down, she asks us what is happening. She understands a situation and we talk about it. She's the best teacher I have ever had. Pam, come on up. Pam Burnsworth. Pam is the heart and soul of our school and the community, serving as the first point of contact for everyone who enters. Her warmth, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to helping others set the tone for excellence we strive for each and every day. Congratulations, Pam. And last but certainly not least, Jennifer Waller, come join us. I admire how she goes above and beyond to identify and provide opportunities for students to have access to gifted services. If there's a new technique, assessment tool, or strategy that might help, Jenny will try it. Congratulations, Jennifer. Let's give one more round of applause to all of our winners. Martha, that's hysterical. I hope you keep them. Come on up, Amy. We're gonna get a quick group photo of our amazing winners. And if Miss Ewers, President Ewers, you could join them, that would be amazing. Thank you.
Be patient as we rearrange. Hold your gift card underneath your award, if you can, if you haven't already figured that out. Check your hat. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, and I'm gonna try, I need to get everyone between this ledge and over, so we're gonna have 3 rows. Smaller people down in front, please. I tried. I'm just used to it. They're usually like on the floor. I get one more in the back row. Can I get you? So try to like overlap a little bit and get real snappy. Yeah. Farther inward more. I want that far. I think that's pretty good. Thank you, Wendy. All this stuff shows.
It's okay. It's all right. We'll log it back in.
He's an award winner here. He can fix it, you know. Two hands up.
I'm going there.
Try. Check your Christmas wings.
Please walk this way and get flowers and you get candy. All right.
All right, as they make their way back to their seats, we want to take a quick moment to thank all of our award winners. We are overflowing with gratitude for the love, the care, the dedication, and the passion that you show our children. Our community is a better place because of all of you, and I thank you for choosing to be a part of our Tempe Elementary family and for choosing to support our TD3 community. All right, before you exit, we'd also like to thank the employee experience team, Felicia Ramirez and Stacy McClendon, our strategic partnerships and communications team, Amy Garza and Brittany Franklin, and our incredible IT team, Darren, Kendrick, Ben, and James, for their help with all things technology. It wouldn't have been the same without all of you. Let's give them a round of applause. And lastly, thank you to our governing board members and our superintendent, Dr. Driscoll. We appreciate all of you. Award winners, can we have your attention really quickly? Award winners, can we have your attention? Thank you. Before we conclude, I'm sure our governing board members have a few things that they would like to personally say to you. Once the comments have concluded, you may choose to stay for the remainder of the meeting. I knew there was going to be laughter. Or you're free to exit. With that, I'd like to turn it over to President Ewers. Thank you.
I don't have another major speech or anything. I do? Oh, I'm just thanking people, right? Oh, good. I do have a major speech. I didn't even prepare for it, but look at this, off the cuff. It's not very hard to be off the cuff. Look at this room. Look at the amount of people in here who care about you and support you and are here for all of you who are recognized today. It's well-deserved. And for all the people that have family and friends and coworkers here, thank you to you also. I always say it takes an army to raise a child, and this is the army right here. So thank you for your dedication. I wish you all a wonderful summer. I want you all to be safe and continue to just keep making our world a better place for our kids. And to the families, thank you for supporting them and doing that. I appreciate it. Ms. Windsor.
I'm gonna skip over you.
Sorry,
I'm pretty sure there's laws about preaching to a captive audience, so I'm not going to hold you for very long. But I do want to say from the bottom of my heart how grateful I am for all the work you do for our children every single day, especially the ones who need to be seen. And you guys give them a place to be seen and make sure that they know that they belong with us because we love them and because we want them the best for them. Thank you for letting every child know that they have the deepest of potential and the greatest of capacity every single day, and I appreciate that. Thanks.
Mr. Thierry.
Hi, everybody. Folks, thank you all so much for the work that you do. Some of you know I taught for a long time, and it took me leaving the classroom to realize just how impossible that job is. K-12 work is unlike anything else. I have an office job now, and there's never been a single person who's actively trying to sabotage what I do during the day. And I get to get up and use the restroom whenever I want. It's amazing. So thank you all so much for what you do. Thank you.
Dr. Driscoll.
This is really impromptu. Thank you for choosing TD3. I really do appreciate all the hard work you do on a day-to-day basis. We can't do this work without you, and you have students in your campuses who depend on you every day. You're the first voice that they see, first face they see, the first voice that talks to them, to tell them that they are important and that they can do this amazing thing. And so we don't tell you enough. I've been at many of your campuses and tell you this all the time. We're really lucky that you chose to work for us, and we appreciate your work. So I hope you give me your Thai gift card so I could take my oldest daughter shopping, so if you want. But know that we really do appreciate you, and we have a couple more days to finish strong, and then I hope you take the time off. So after next Friday, so come back after Memorial Day. But we really do appreciate you, and thank you so much, and I know you want to get out of here, so I'll shut up.
Have a good night, everyone. Remember, there are cookies and some refreshments if you want to take them while you're going. And again, thank you all. All right, well, thank you all. For those who are staying with us, I'll try to make it as invigorating and as exciting. I just absolutely love this meeting. It's my favorite of the year. So Now we'll just go on with our agenda. At 6.01, approval of the consent agenda. I'm going to go ahead and ask for approval on 6.01 to 6.07. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve those items.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. I'd like to thank the PTA from Spercali for their donation of $1,091.13. They are so supportive of the kids in the school and for everything that they do. I'm grateful. I also would like to thank the Harkins for their Harkins Pop Stop Truck experience, valued at $1,707. It never hurts to get a little popcorn for the staff and for the kids. It makes them happy. And then Katie Moe. Yeah, Mike McGinney. You have stuff to tell me, but you're not. I'm now okay. And now, folks, I'd like to ask for Mike McGinney to please come forward because we've got some exciting news, and we really do.
That is, and that's the perfect introduction because you guys thought the celebration was over, but we have 2 more people to celebrate this evening that you approved on the personnel summary. So I'll get started here. Tonight, Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Driscoll, tonight you approved Colleen Homan to the position of Principal of Spercali Elementary School. Colleen earned a bachelor's degree in education from the University of Texas at El Paso and a master's degree in educational leadership also from the University of Texas. Colleen has served in public education for the past decade as a teacher and TOSA at Nevitt Elementary and most recently as the TOSA at Spercali Elementary. Those who know Colleen best have shared that she has a strong ability to make lasting relationships with staff, students, and parents. Her commitment to students and her ability to walk side by side and empower staff to improve student outcomes is second to none. Colleen is very excited to continue her leadership journey as her new role of principal of Spercali Elementary School. Congratulations, Colleen.
Madam President, members of the board, and Dr. Driscoll, I am over the moon to be standing in front of you here today, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve as the next principal of Spercali Elementary. Spercali is in a unique and wonderful place with an amazing staff, students, community, and families, and I intend to keep that going while helping students reach the highest level of achievement so that they can achieve their dreams. I like to say that I grew up in TD3, not as a student, but as an adult. I started as a teacher, became a TOSA, and now a principal. And there are so many people to thank. To name a few, Dr. Vernice Sharp, my first mentor, and she saw something in me that I hadn't yet seen in myself. Shannon Morrison, who has built an incredible community in Spercali, taking me under her wing and just giving me excellent guidance. Brian Anderson, Dr. Nancy Ugsa, Mike Mangini, and Dr. Driscoll, our meetings have been so thought-provoking and really helped me to look at what kind of leader I want to be. So I also have some family here. My mom flew in from Chicago, which was a surprise. My godparents are here, Sheila and Trent, my cousin Maddie, and her husband Henry. And my sisters and brother-in-laws live far away, so they're on FaceTime. Thank you, technology. But thank you all again. I am honored to be here. I'm excited. I'm ready to go, and I will not let you down.
All right.
Back to you, Mr. McGinney.
Yes, thank you. Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Driscoll, tonight you also approved Josh Buckley to the position of Assistant Director of Human Resources. Colleen's family, could we give Josh a big round of applause? There we go. Josh earned a bachelor's degree in secondary education from Saginaw Valley State University in the great state of Michigan, a master's degree in education from Grand Canyon University, and a master's degree in educational administration and supervision from Arizona State University. Josh has served in public education for the last 19 years as a high school social studies teacher, elementary Title I improvement specialist, assistant principal, and most recently, principal of Highland Arts Elementary School in the Mesa Public School District. Those who know Josh best have shared that he is an exceptional educational leader and advocate for teachers, whose integrity, empathy, and collaborative spirit are matched only by his unwavering dedication to students and staff. Josh is enthusiastic to bring his experiences and passion for education to the role of Assistant Director of Human Resources and looks forward to the opportunity to contribute to the Tempe Elementary School District in his new role. Congratulations, Josh.
There we go, now it's green. Madam President, Governing Board, Dr. Driscoll, thank you so much for this opportunity. I am incredibly excited to start this next phase in my career, this next part in my educational journey, and to be here in Tempe Elementary, TD3, with all of you, and I cannot wait to get the ball rolling and do this and be in this position. So thank you so much for this opportunity, and I look forward to working with everyone in this district to do the best we can. Thank you so much. And then I did, my son is here, my son Renner, my wife Gabby, and then my mother-in-law Ginger is here. So thank you so much.
And you know you're getting old when you see students that you had as students on your campus as a principal, and you're like, he's a grown man and he's not, so.
Thank you, Mr. McGinney. See, I told you it wouldn't disappoint. It just keeps getting better. All right, I'm going to go ahead and ask for a motion for 6.11 and 6.12. Do I have our motion?
Motion to approve those two items.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. 7.01, open call to the public. I see no green cards and blue cards. Whoop. And thank you, everyone, for coming. You don't have to stay. I don't have any more fun to give you. Now it's just, stuff. Congratulations. All right, we're going to move to 8.01, discussion, consideration, and possible approval to adopt a resolution authorizing the issuance and sale of school improvement bonds of the district and adoption of certain insurance and post-issuance tax compliance procedures. Mr. Thompson. And now I send it to Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, I'm here for not the fun part, just the stuff. So, yeah, that's what I'm here for. So, there's going to be two bond items back to back here. I'm going to kind of talk about the first one, and then Megan Burke with Stiefel is here to talk about the second one. So I'm going to talk about, I'm going to call them the old bonds. So these bonds that we had the authorization from the voters in 2022. They approved us to sell $196.5 million in bonds. So we sold the first batch of $35 million back in December. And so what we're asking for this item is to approve the sale of another $40 million sometime in the summer to help out with covering a few different things. So between the two sales, we're going to be paying for that Schneider project that we've been working on for the solar, energy efficiency on that, the lighting. It's also going to be paying for the electric buses that we all have coming in. We're using a grant for a lot of that. And then part of the Curry and Connolly builds. Now, the Curry and Connolly builds is over $100 million, probably closer to around $150 million. So we sold 35 back in December and we're selling 40 now. So even that is not going to be enough. So we're going to come back later on in the year probably to sell more. We're trying to space them out to reduce the interest. So if we had sold 40 million or 70 million, 75 million, if we did the 35 plus the 40, if we did that all back in December, we would have started paying interest on $75 million back then. But we didn't need it then. We needed 35 then, we needed 40 now. So we were able to reduce those interest costs a little bit. So we're not sitting on cash that we're not using. So that's why we're kind of spacing it out like that. So this item would be to approve the sale of $40 million of the bonds that the voters approved in 2022.
Dr. Driscoll, do you want me to go ahead and have a motion on this one and then read the next one?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay. So do I have a motion to, would you like to make the motion?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the resolution authorizing the issuance and sale of school improvement bonds of the district and adoption of certain issuance and post-issuance tax compliance procedures.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Thompson, I just want to make sure everyone knows, we're not asking for any new money or anything. This is money that's already been approved by the voters. Now we're just getting into the bank.
It's been approved, so when we sell this, it does impact tax rates, but that's been factored into when it was on the ballot before. So this has already been authorized by the voters. This is just selling it and allowing us to go out and do that.
Great, thanks.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes. 8.02, sorry, Mr. Thompson, and,
Yes, we got Megan Burke with Stiefel here, and she's going to help us.
awesome, Megan, thank you, come on.
For the next item, which is, as I said, the build for Curry and Connolly is around $150 million. So between the buses, the Schneider Energy Efficiency projects, and the Curry Connolly build, that's going to use up pretty much all of that bond. So when we're looking at rebuilding a lot of the older schools such as Rover or Fees, to do that, we would need another bond authorization. And so that's what we're asking for, is to go out again in November of '25 for an authorization to sell additional bonds there. So, turn it over to you.
Great, thanks. Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Driscoll, it's really nice to be here with you tonight. And before I get to my really mundane agenda item, I have to tell you, this was a really fun board meeting. I go to a lot. And I was sitting next to the photographer, and I said to her, this seems like a really fun place to work. So I'm happy you guys put this mundane item on your fun agenda, your fun board meeting. But as Mr. Thompson said, this is a separate agenda item for a separate bond election. So this would be new, that you would go out and ask for approval from voters. So what we put here tonight is just some summary to help you with the decision. So the agenda item that you have before you tonight is to make a decision whether the board would like to move forward and ask voters for another $196.5 million in November of this year. So to help you with that, we have some tax rate information. So this is your historical tax rate. And the orange is your primary, so your M&O tax rate. Your secondary is the maroon for your M&O override. Can you see that? Oh, thanks. Thank you. Sorry. I didn't realize it was far behind me. The gray is your DA override, and so as you guys, as you know, that has historically been about $5 million. This past November, you went out and asked for a little uptick in that to the $7 million. And then the last piece there is your, the blue is your bonds. So the tax rate associated with your bonds on the secondary side. So as you can see, due to several reasons, but one, large increases in your assessed value over the last several years. As that assessed value grows, your tax rate begins to decline. So we just provide this as a frame of reference when we get to kind of what we're going to talk about in terms of tax rate. So right now, the bond tax rate is about $1.03. With the 2022 authorization that was already passed and approved by voters, that is going to cause your tax rate to go up a little, slightly. And then with this additional, we'll talk about it. But what we really wanted to point out here is if you look back to 2019, 2020, 2020, 2021, where you were taking that tax rate up to like a total overall tax rate of about a 435, this increase would get you kind of back to that level. Just here, summary for you, not meant to get into any level of detail. It's all the outstanding bonds from historical elections. And then this last sale here on the far right was the first sale, as Mr. Thompson mentioned, the $35 million from the 2022 authorization. So So this is what your existing principal, the dark blue, and then the orange or maroon is your interest. So total combined and declining over time. We do that intentionally so you can layer in debt in the future. Here is, you are restricted by, there's both a constitutional debt limit and a statutory debt limit. The statutory debt limit is further restrictive than the constitutional debt limit. So we just like to show this here to give you comfort that you have the ability to issue the existing debt that you've already had approved by voters, as well as ask for the debt that you are seeking to potentially do in November of this year. So your current capacity is about $233 million. Each year, I want to go back. Each year, if you look over on the very far right where it says total principal, you're maturing about $19 million this year, $15 million next year. You're reducing your debt payment by about $19 to $15 million each year. So each and every year you would have a reduction in your debt, which would cause an increase in your capacity or the ability to have more debt outstanding. So this would be a rolling chart each and every year, but we like to show you just currently what it looks like after your July 1, 2025 payment, because you will be, as I mentioned, you'll have a $20 million principal payment. And then in September of this year, that's going to go slightly down. And the reason for that is the assessed value for the district, not the limited property value, which is the value that you base your tax rates off of, but your full cash value is going down ever so slightly. It's going down about 4.21%. So that debt capacity is coming down just slightly. Correct. And we're seeing that countywide on the full cash value side. A couple of reasons. I think the assessed values and property values and the assessor, there's a lag time. Generally, it's 12 to 24 months. And so, we did have a really booming real estate market, and it is slowed. And so we're seeing a slowdown in assessed values. The other thing that's going on is commercial property is assessed at, there's an assessment ratio associated with commercial property. It's 16% now, and this year it's going down 0.5% to 15.5%. Next year it's going down another 0.5% to 15%. So you're seeing more of that debt burden shift from commercial to residential. All right, and then here is the November 2025 bond authorization for 196 proposed for 196.5. I'm actually going to do this slide first. I know it's very small. I apologize. I didn't realize it's not right in front of you. But what you'll see here is we've laid out, and we need to show, or we will need to show something like this in the voter pamphlet if the board and district so chooses to move forward with this in November. But what this shows is the spread of the 196.5 million over 5 sales. We will work with Mr. Thompson and district administration, if approved, on the timing of those, just as we did on the 35 million that was sold in November of last year, and the one that we're discussing and just passed for the series project of 2022 Series B for 40 million. But we lay it out and we amortize, show an amortization to try to get lowest interest costs, as well as achieve a tax rate that is manageable and in line with what you've asked at the time of the election. So if you look over to the right, we're targeting a $1.32 tax rate. And I show this to you because I'm going to go back to the slide. So right here, after the 2022 authorization that was already in front of voters, our tax rate this year for 24-25, $1.04, going up to $1.32 now that we've sold 2 series of sales under the 2022 authorization. So what we're doing is layering in the proposed 2025 authorization to cap that tax rate at the $1.32, but amortize more of the debt out longer. So you'll see where, if not approved, scenario 1, the green would be your existing debt plus your 2022 authorization, all the rest of the sales. So that debt, that tax rate would decline over time. And then what we're doing is layering this new series or new authorization on top of that to cap your tax rate around $1.32, but obviously would need to take it out a little longer. Does that make sense? Okay.
And can I jump in here real
Yeah.
quick, Megan? So you can see, it's going up the $1.40 or $1.32, but if you go back to kind of one of the earlier slide where you kind of saw the decrease.
Yep.
So it's adding 28 cents to it, and we're at 404 there. So if you add another 28 cents, you're going to get up to 432, which is pretty much about where it was last year. So it would be consistent with that, with the overall tax rate.
For the last several
taxpayers,
years.
Yeah. And it would, so over the last 4 years, and then if you go back to, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, it's still a good bit lower than it was back then.
And the reason for that decline, because we had really managed that tax rate, the reason for that slight downtick in the tax rate is the last issuance of bonds under the prior authorization was in 2019. And then you did the November 2022 election, and we didn't sell those bonds until, sorry, it was in 2020. And then we sold these bonds in 2024. So there was a couple years where we didn't have any debt, so we couldn't kind of manage that. But what that really, what I really bring then to kind of wrap it all up for you is, and it's hard to see, but down at the bottom, what we are required to show is what the projected average annual tax rate is for the new authorization. And that equates under the scenario laid out here of 49 cents, 0.4910. So that's an average annual tax rate on the 196 million. And we've, as you can see, we've layered this debt for 20 years, so for 5 sales for 20 years. What that equates to here is you're required in a voter pamphlet to show the average tax rate increase or the average, what the dollar amount would be to a $100,000 home, an average value home in the district. The average value home in the district is $180,336. So that equals $88.54. Assess, yeah. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Yes. That is the limited property assessed value, not the full cash value. So this is the amount that we will show there, but residents are taxed on the limited property value, not on your full cash value. So yeah, I heard a gasp, but so that equals $88.54 on an annual basis or $7.38 on a monthly basis.
That was probably the part the people will care about the most is how much is that going to cost me.
Yeah.
And so the average home in Tempe, there we go. The average home in Tempe would be that $88 increase for these bonds.
Yeah. And I probably went into a lot of detail. I just, it's hard to get from point A to point B without providing all of it. There's a lot of footnotes here just on the assessed value growth, and this is all required by statute when we get to a voter information pamphlet, should we get to that point. But we just like to have all this detail here so that if you want to review this after the fact, you have this information available to you. And the last thing we have included in here is just election timeline information. So, obviously, this is an ongoing process for the district. You're always talking about what your capital needs are and the timing for those capital needs. But we are only allowed under state law to hold elections in November of each year. We only have one election cycle. And so that process has to begin now. And boards, if they do choose to move forward with elections in November, have to so move and choose and pass a resolution by early June. And then we begin over the summer time to get the ballot language ready to go and printed with the county. And then we start to work on voter pamphlets and things like that. So voter pamphlets are then sent out to voters in October. So it's a long process. There's a translation process and all that. So we've laid out the election timeline here as well.
Yes, awesome. Mr. Thierry.
Thank you.
Was that you? Who was this? This was you, right? Who pushed this?
I didn't.
Oh, sorry. This thing, sorry. Whoever wants to speak next may.
All right. Thank you for answering the question. Thank you, Madam President. Thank you for answering the question about the cost of the typical household. I know we were all thinking about that. Do we have any control over how this is taxed, or does it just fall into the regular tax code that we have? Like, could we say that if it's tiered, so if your house is worth a certain amount, you pay more or anything like that, or is it just,
No.
it's just whatever
Yeah.
it is? I
Yeah,
figured.
the
Okay.
levy is, once you know what you need to levy each and every year, then that dollar amount
Yeah.
is, assessed towards all the houses, yeah.
Yeah, these are honest questions out of ignorance.
yeah,
I
no.
appreciate you. How does this then compare us to some of the other East Valley districts? Are we comparable? Are we lower? Are we higher?
The tax rate or the amount of debt?
Yeah, so when we have, well, I guess both, like the big picture, how is this gonna put us financially compared to some of the other districts?
Yeah, I mean, it's comparable. I don't have all of the tax rates for each and every district in my head, but it is comparable. But, there's been several very large elections in the past couple years for some East Valley schools, $400 or $500 million. Some of those have been successful, some haven't. So I think I think the process that this district has gone through has been really methodical in that you're developing a capital plan over time, and so you're trying to figure out what those costs will be because there's so much rising costs. So you haven't gone out for a $400 or $500 million bond election. You're trying to do it slower over a longer period of time.
Cool. Yeah, I have no doubt about that. Thank you. And then could you maybe paint a picture for the public? What's this gonna look like if this doesn't pass?
Well,
I can paint that.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so as far as the tax rates and everything, if it doesn't pass, then those tax rates that Megan showed kind of on that left side would decrease a little bit. But from the spending aspect of it, what we have for left in the bond is going to go to, what I spoke earlier to, the energy efficiency improvements, the electric buses, and Curry and Connolly, and that's about it. And so the kind of those building refresh plans that we have for whether it be Carminati or Rover or other schools, we would not have money to do those remodels of those buildings. There just isn't enough bond dollars that we have in there, so it would kind of put those projects on hold.
And if I can add to that, there is information that you put into a voter pamphlet at the time of each election. So the projects that you kind of talked about and discussed within that voter pamphlet for 2022, you're really confined to what you put in that 2022. There's a 10% variance, so you can move money around a little bit, but you couldn't wholesale move projects from 2022 to some future, proposed project.
And if we don't repurpose those buildings, would they be at risk of being shut down, basically?
I would refer back to kind of the building assessment that we had done with Terracon. I think we had that last year and kind of showing the condition of the buildings. And so I don't remember the exact dollar figures off the top of my head, but there are needs to update those buildings to keep them efficient and keep them running because, I don't know, I think a lot of them were built in the 70s and have fairly old HVAC systems and whatnot. And so there will be costs to keep those buildings up if we don't do anything to them, regardless if we pass this bond or not. So there would be costs for that as well.
Cool. Yeah, it's 3 exciting opportunities for some buildings for $5 or $10 a month, I think. So, all right, thank you.
Ms. Windsor.
Thank you, President Ewers, and thank you for bringing this to us. I know nobody likes to talk about increasing taxes at all, but I'm glad you referred to the Terracon survey, energy survey, or full assessment survey, because it made it very clear that if we don't make changes on our buildings now, we're going to be paying astronomical costs later on. And so I'm hoping that the public will hear that and remember it, and maybe that's part of what we remind them of, because to me, it's the investment now in order to prevent astronomical costs later. And it was very clear which direction we're headed with these older buildings, and remind everybody that this helps everybody's property value when we keep our schools up and running. So thank you very much for it. With that, I would like to actually, have we made a motion? I don't think we have yet. Okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve or adopt a resolution ordering and calling a special bond election to be held in and for the district, and authorizing the chief financial officer to comply with certain sections of the Internal Revenue Code.
Second.
All those, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you for letting me be here.
Thank you so much. And we're grateful to have people like you who do all that. And Eric, thank you for being a good steward of our money, because I can always stand up and say, I have complete confidence in us and the way we're using our money and how we're selling our bonds, and that we're using it for what the community intended us to use it for. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thanks, Darren. It had a whistle to it. Thanks. It's kind of calming, though, if you're trying to. 8.03, discussion, consideration, and possible approval of a 3-year employment contract for Superintendent Dr. James Driscoll for a period commencing July 1st, 2025. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the 3-year employment contract for Superintendent Dr. James Driscoll for the period commencing July 1, 2025.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Mr. Thierry?
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody knew, we're not just breezing past this. We got here at 5 o'clock to talk about it behind his back, so we talked about it quite a bit.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, did you have something?
Yeah, I
Ms.
did.
Windsor, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I just wanted to add, thank you, Ms. Ewers, that in a time where educational leadership is a very shallow pool, we're grateful that Dr. Driscoll wants to stick with us and has a very clear vision in building a strong team. So thank you for that, and we hope that this continues being a fruitful relationship.
Good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Welcome back, Dr. Driscoll. They were gonna come and burn my house down. Mhm. No. Right? Oh, gosh. 8.04, second review and adoption of proposed changes to governing board policy AC, non-discrimination and equal opportunity. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the changes to the governing board policy AC, non-discrimination, equal opportunity.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. 8.05, second review and adoption of proposed changes to the governing board policy ACA, sexual harassment. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the proposed changes to governing board policy ACA, sexual harassment.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. 8.06, second review and adoption of proposed changes to governing board policy ACAA, Title IX, sex discrimination. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the proposed changes to governing board policy ACAA, Title IX, sex discrimination.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. 8.07, second review and adoption of proposed changes to governing board policy IHA, basic instructional program. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the proposed changes to governing board policy IHA, basic instructional program.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. 8.08, second review and adoption of proposed changes to governing board policy JLIF, sex offender notification. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the proposed changes to governing board policy JLIF, sex offender notification, option 1.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Go ahead, Ms. Windsor.
I want to thank our legal counsel for coming in and talking us through all of these. but especially this one since we had some conversation about it. But my proposal does include both C and D, which would require regulation to be written by Dr. Driscoll and the team.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. 9.01, reports from standing committees. That would be me and healthcare, and Mr. McGinney, I might ask you if I need any help up here. We have met, and we're coming to the end of the year, and we had chosen to stay with Blue Cross Blue Shield and provide the plans, including a no-cost plan for our employees. And now, as we go into the summer, our whole goal as a committee is to really fine-tune the offerings that we have. It's a really unique opportunity that we have, being self-insured, that we can choose how we want to help take care of ourselves. And it's chosen by us. It's chosen by our employees. It's chosen by our staff. It's chosen by the needs that we hear that our families need. And so this summer, we'll be looking at some new, unique experiences that may help boost the health of many and save the district a lot, and also save, I'm hoping, the ability for people to get more sick. We need you to be well. So with that said, my encouragement this summer is to make sure that you get your well man and your well woman exams. And people say, well, why would you want to do that? It costs money because they have to get x-rays and blood tests and this and that. I will happily pay to make sure that you are as well as possible. And that's what it's here for. It's a benefit, so please use it. And I hope that you can spend some time just doing that stuff. And thank you for helping keep the pharmaceutical pricing down. I know people are doing a little bit more mail order. They're also asking their doctors if there's a generic, and all of that helps, because then what it does, it puts money back in the pot for us to give you care in other places that traditional ways of doing insurance are not going to offer you. And so thank you it's kind of like a team effort here. I feel like we're having like a family experience with healthcare, but that's what it is. We want to make sure that everyone is as healthy as possible, and if something happens, we have the ability to help take care of you. Mr. McGinney, did I miss anything?
You got all points. Just remembering too, we made a recommendation about doing the work to align our plan year with our deductible.
And it was a recommendation. So we'll let you know. Okay, great. 9.02. Student activity report for March 2025. Do I have any discussion on this? Nothing? So we don't need to make a vote or anything. We just move on. There's a lot of money that goes in, and at the end of the year, you see a lot of money is gone. 10.01, board information. Ms. Windsor.
Thank you, President Ewers. It is concert and showcase season. And so I attended the nightclub setting jazz concert at Connolly, which was very fun, in which they got 2 encores and went from 3 songs to 5. They were all excellent, including the one that I was told was not ready, but it sounded great. And then the PBL showcase for Connolly is tomorrow night from 5 to 7, I believe. And hopefully I'll see others there. And thank you everybody else for a great end of the year. As much as it's crazy, I appreciate everybody sticking in there. Thank you.
Mr. Thierry.
Thank you, Madam President. So I got out and did quite a bit, and not all of it directly related to TD3. It was a pleasure going to the Tempe Diablos Awards banquet. I walked in, it was my first time ever there, and I didn't realize there were tiers. I walked in, I was supposed to be up on the top tier, and I walked in on the main tier where it was a black tie dinner. And I was not dressed for that. I was just standing around like, so I did what I always do. I ran toward the awkward, and I just made myself a plate. I started hanging out. And nobody, when you just act like you own the place, nobody says anything, it turns out. It was a pleasure to escort my grandmother over here to the opening of the Salvation Army. That was very cool. I went to this was pretty easy for me to do. The Thai Foundation had a golf tournament. I showed up and played. Very easy to be charitable in that situation. And last but not least, I enjoyed so much being at the TD3 retirement ceremony. Didn't like how many names I recognized, because they're people that I know. I was like, no way, I taught with you for so long. And now they're retiring, and that's great. So it was a pleasure to see so many folks there. Thanks.
Yeah, it's been an exciting time. I enjoyed this Percali Band and Choir concert and the Temple Diablo's Excellence in Education Award all in the same time, and I was able to get there in 17.3 minutes. The Thai Golf Tournament, I'd like to thank everyone here because you all put time into that, and they raised a substantial amount of money to help our families, so congratulations. And I'd like to thank the Papaco Golf group too. They were really cool and they really care about our kids and the importance of this event. So bravo. Thank you all for your help. The Salvation Army, it was great to meet your grandmother and all the work and learn about what she's done with the Salvation Army. They're a good partner of us and they take care of many of our families. So that ribbon cutting was awesome and it's fabulous because they're located so close to us now. The Native American celebration, Katie Mo, it was fantastic. We have over 1,100 Native American students in Tempe Elementary, and 41 tribes are represented. And so we were able to kind of dig deep into the accomplishments that they made. It was a lovely time, and one of my favorite things was that you also are looking to incorporate Native food into the cafeteria. So we were able to taste test some new things coming from local farmers, so being a localist, I love that, and to make it a little bit more cultural. And you hear all this stuff on the news that everybody's just serving this crappy cheese and stuff like that to our kids. No, we're not doing that. We're serving local, authentic, cultural foods where we can, and we're allowing the kids and families to taste test it first. So bravo, that's really fun. The retirement reception, sad to see some of them go, but I'm so happy for them and so grateful for the time they gave us. And the award music concert was incredible. The progression of when students start, and you saw this in most of your career, from just a few months to where they are now, it's just mind-blowing to me. And it's the universal language, right? So I'm just grateful that this community allows us to continue to have music and the arts in our schools. I told you about our insurance meeting. Carminati Carnival, great turnout. It was really hot and people still came and they had so much fun. So we send a lot of our kids off, right? Like after we've done all of this and we've given them a foundation. And I went to the Corona Choir concert this weekend and there were some students that had gone to our schools. It was out of this world. And so when I met with a few people who have been involved with it for a while after, they said, well, it's because of the foundation that our schools that are bringing the kids in, it allows them to be incredible because they have that foundation, they've learned the basics, and now they're able to just really, really put on some great performances. So what we do here matters, and it matters in the future for them, and you can see it. And you had to actually pay for a ticket to go to it, and I was like, hey, this better be good. It was incredible. It was incredible. So as a matter of fact, we got teary-eyed because there was a couple songs that were just absolutely so beautiful. And when I say we, it's my 10-year-old son. He looked, he goes, Mom, this is just amazing. And if music can do everything for you, right? And it can inspire and it can change your life. And it was changing these kids' lives. So thank you for laying the foundation, Tempe Elementary. I talked about the trust. And lastly, happy summer. Happy getting here. Happy to getting here. And please just stay safe. And you all get to keep doing the continuous work. But all of our teachers, thank you. And then Darren, I have my new password. I updated it. I just wanted to let you know. And I would like to thank you all for all that you've done for us and our children this year. So with that said, I'm going to go to 11.01, the announcements and upcoming events. Memorial Day is Monday, May 26, 2025. All schools and district offices will be closed, but we will be open the next day, so please make sure that you come and you bring your child too. The last day of school is Thursday, May 29th. The Tempe Union High School District graduation ceremonies are on Wednesday, May 29th, 2025 at 7 p.m. The Agenda Committee will be Wednesday, June 4th, 2025 at 11 a.m. The ASBA Summer Leadership Institute will be June 5th through the 7th, 2025 at Little America Hotel in Flagstaff, 2515 East Butler Avenue, Flagstaff 86004. The next regularly scheduled governing board meeting will take place on Wednesday, June 11th, 2025 at 6 p.m. in the Karen Arredondo Governing Room of the Santes Administration Building, 3205 South Rural Road in Tempe. 12.01 meeting adjournment. Do I have a motion?
Motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
Second?
Second.
We don't need discussion. All of those in favor?
Aye.
All right, thanks, everybody.